Good morning. My name's Professor Tierney, and I'm your Chem 100 professor. This is an unusual start to a semester. We had a weather day called because it's insanely cold out. So we're not able to meet in person, which is unfortunate because I'm very excited to meet you. We'll be working together a lot this semester. But what I wanted to get some information out about the class. One, because I know you're probably very curious about things to do with Chem 100. And two, because, oh my goodness, we're missing a lot of class time, and I don't want to get super behind because I hate rushing a schedule. So today I am working on redoing our schedule so that we are not rushing, so that we have a plan for all of our assignments and exams. And I will be getting that to you on Monday in class, our new schedule. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the class. That's going to be in this video. Another thing we were going to cover in class today is lab safety. So I thought I'd talk about some lab safety issues in another video. So let's talk about Chem 100. We're going to go through the course information sheet along with a few other documents that I will be handing out to you on Monday. I will be attaching these documents to your email so you can just take a look and see what they look like, but I will be giving you hard copies of these on Monday in class. We will still start off with a little bit of information so I can answer any questions you have about the information in this video. And then you can come back to this video if you have any questions in the future. So once again, my name's Kara Tierney. Professor Tierney is what I prefer to be called. My last name is pronounced Tier and then knee on your leg. And I'm not flexible enough to bring my knee up here. So Tier and then knee. And Chem 100 is a course, a chemistry course, an introductory chemistry course. So this course assumes that you know nothing about chemistry. So if you have taken a chemistry class before, you already have a leg up on the class. I assume that my students are coming in with no working chemistry knowledge. It is an introductory class. It does have a math prerequisite, which was checked when you enrolled in the course, and that is an algebra. We are going to be using some algebra skills starting fairly early on in the course. So that's why you need to have that under your belt to come in. This course is designed for students who either never took chemistry or did poorly in a previous chemistry course, like a high school chemistry course, or maybe it's been a really long time since you took chemistry. And this course, I would say about 90% of my students that take this course, they're taking it in order to move on to anatomy and physiology 1 because chemistry is a prerequisite for that course. And in order to move on to anatomy and physiology 1, A&P1, you do need a C in this course to move on. This course is not a quality point course for any of the MCC competitive health programs. It is a prerequisite, though, for all of them. So you do need to get a C or higher. And so some students are really relieved to hear that because in the eyes of the nursing program, an A and a C in this course are the same thing. However, an A is going to a student that does really well in Chem 100, that is showing that they're very prepared to move on to A&P1. And one of my principal guiding sources for how I teach this class is I am helping students realize their potential in science. Science, I know, is very scary for a lot of students, but it's actually really interesting and fun. And so I'm hoping that I can help share that love that I have for chemistry with you. And then also, I would like to help gear you up for A&P1 if that is your goal. That is a very challenging course that requires a lot of study skills and a lot of actually a lot of knowledge in chemistry. So I'm helping get you that step up so you can do really well in ANP1, which is a very important course in many health careers. Now, I know that not everyone in this class is going on to a health career, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about you and your goals to help you get there. But that's a little bit about what Chem 100 is. I'm going to bring up, I'm going to share my screen so we can all look at, so this is our Brightspace page, but actually I think, ooh, yes, this is what I want to look at right now. Let me zoom in a little bit. This is the course information sheet. I will be giving you a hard copy of this on the first day of class on Monday, but I wanted to walk through a few really important points in this course information sheet. If you have any questions ever about what policies we have, how the course is organized, and any information about myself, information about the course itself, it's all in here. So we start off with just an introduction to myself. I just briefly want to summarize that I believe that everyone is capable of not only learning chemistry, but doing well in chemistry. So I am under the assumption that you can learn this material and be successful in my class. You are able to do this. You need to put in the time though. And that is honestly the biggest barrier that most students, that all students that are unsuccessful in this class. I'm sorry, I am having animal drama. Excuse me, I'm trying to record a video. Thank you, everyone, my puppy. So, anyways, you can be successful in this class, but you need to have the time in order to commit to it. Oh my gosh, this is bringing me back to the pandemic days when I had a different puppy when I was trying to teach. So, I'm an animal person, by the way. So, life can get in the way. And so, I'm here to help you navigate those challenges, get through them, but you are going to have to commit some time to this class in order to do well. So I am very available. That is something I really find very important about my job in helping you be successful is I need to be available to you. So you can contact me through email, which is usually the best way. I do have a number you can text me. So if you have typically homework questions are not great over text because I might need a longer explanation to give you. But text can be helpful. I'm running late, or I'm not able to make it into class today, or, some brief questions, totally fine over text. Um, and so my text number is right here. I do split my time between the Brighton and the downtown campus. So I have two offices. Those office rooms are right here. And then I hold office hours every day. Here's my office hour schedule. You will notice my Monday and Wednesday office hours are held right before class at 10 to 10:45. And then I have an additional afternoon office hour on Mondays downtown. I'm only downtown on Monday and Wednesday. I am at Brighton on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you are 100% invited to my office hours at Brighton if those times work for you. I'm very conscious of your time and my time. So if you send a communication, I will get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. Please check your student email. This is the official way in which I communicate to my students and the school communicates to students. You may not know it, but you can actually forward your student email to your personal email. Email is my preferred mode of communication, and feel free if you want to email me from your personal email. If that's easier, that's fine too. All right. So let's see. This is all course information. I'm not going to go through this. Page 3, here's some really important stuff I would like to talk about. So you are required to get the Basic Chemistry 6th edition textbook. I have it right here. It looks like this. Get the textbook. You will need the textbook. My course is not one where the book is just sitting in its wrap, lonely, not used until the last day when you sell it back. This thing will be used and well used. There is an e-text available. However, most students do not find it helpful and can find it frustrating. Let me explain why. All of your homework comes out of the book. You will be using this for weekly homework assignments. The questions are in the book, and then within the text of the chapter, and then the answers to all of your homework questions are at the end of the chapter. So you will be doing some flipping between pages while you're doing your homework. You do the problem, you check the answer to see how you did, okay? If you're flipping between pages in the e-text, that can be very clunky and frustrating. And a number of my students have expressed that they wish they got a book, a hardback book. So you can get this relatively, well, no, I'm not going to say relatively cheap because textbooks are very, very expensive. However, this you can find used, if not at the bookstore, the MCC bookstore, you can find it used on Amazon. You can rent it on Amazon, which I heard is a more affordable option. I highly, highly recommend getting the physical book. All right, the physical book. The other things that you need for this course is a Chem 100 course packet, which is sold at the MCC bookstore. It's around $10. It contains your lecture notes. So I have guided lecture notes that go along with my PowerPoints. It has the lab manual and it has practice exams and study guides for you. So you'll want to get that absolutely. I do have a PDF copy if you prefer to take notes on maybe an iPad, but you want to get the hard copy because your lab manual, all of our labs are, you're going to do them on handout. So the questions you just write right on the piece of paper. So you are going to want a physical copy of the course packet. Other things that you're going to need for the course: scientific calculator. This is, oh, here we are. This is the model that I highly recommend if you don't have a scientific calculator already. This one's really user friendly. However, if you already have one, do not get a new one. I can help you figure out how to use the model that you have. You will need safety glasses. We will be using these next week in lab class. You will need them for next Wednesday's class. They sell them at the bookstore. If you have a model already and you're not sure if they're acceptable, please bring them to class on Monday so I can check to make sure they're okay. You will need a notebook or loose leaf paper for homework. All homework is done on paper, stapled together, and turned in. Old school homework. I do not have any assignments on Brightspace. Besides, you will have 2 surveys that potentially you can take on Brightspace, but other than that, I do not have assignments on Brightspace. It's all very old school for me. And then you'll want a large 3-ring binder for the course packet, or you can split it into 2 binders. All right, so we're going to be using the Brightspace website. Let me show you what's on that Brightspace website. Let me see here. Okay, so this is our Brightspace website. Let me show you around. So to start here, this is kind of an orientation. If you looked at the Brightspace before class started, I have my office hours and contact information listed for you right here. Our course information sheet and schedule are here. I will be updating the course schedule sometime today, and I will bring an updated copy to class on Monday. Study materials. If we go in here, I want to show you something that I am quite proud of, and it's still a work in progress, but I have a lot of students who, when they start to, when they want a little additional help, one place that a lot of my students go to is YouTube. But YouTube, when you search chemistry, can give you a wide variety of levels of instruction. we are in an introductory course. If you find yourself trying to get help from a course of a college level chemistry class of the same topic, it is extraordinarily frustrating and confusing because you're learning things on a much deeper level than we are covering. So, to prevent you from going down the YouTube rabbit hole that is chemistry, I have made a playlist of videos at the appropriate level for our class for a wide variety of topics that students often look for a little extra help in. So, if you are feeling like you want to go to YouTube, go to this link before you go to YouTube. And if you don't find the topic that you're looking for on this link, and let me just show you, might as well just go there. Here's my playlist. I do not want it. There we go. It will pop up the playlist soon. Okay, here we go. And here's just a wide variety of topics that I have here. If you find yourself, and these are in chronological order of how the order in which we cover them in class. If you have a topic that you want a video for and it's not on this playlist, send me an email or text. I will find one of the appropriate level, send it to you, and add it to this playlist. I know what I'm looking for in terms of level of instruction. You don't, so my search is going to be a lot more efficient than yours. So I'm all about not wasting my students' time because it's hard enough to learn chemistry when you are in a guided path. And when you start to go off the path and try to bushwhack your way through explanations on YouTube, oh my goodness, it's often just more frustrating than helpful. So anyways, that's my YouTube video. If we go back to the study materials, I also have links to websites with extra practice in addition to the homework. If you do the homework and you're like, yeah, I've got this, this is not for you. But if you do the homework and you're like, I think I have it, maybe you need extra practice. All right. That's the goal of the homework, to get you to the point where you're like, yes, I can do this on my own. I'm ready for the exam. So if you need extra practice in topics, here you go. Here's some websites with extra practice. And then I have the answer keys to the practice exams that are in the course packet. So going back to our course home, what else is on here? So I've got all of my PowerPoint slides are on here. As you will see, they are not complete. Anytime we are doing exercises, like math problems, or we're drawing chemical structures, those we do together as a class on the board. And so they will not be in the PowerPoint slides. However, a lot of the blanks within the videos will be in the PowerPoint slides. Now, I am so thrilled to announce that the classroom that we have been assigned to has recording capabilities. So I will be able to record our lectures during our lecture times. Now, we will be covering content during lab class, and those lectures I am not able to record. However, there will be the majority of the content that we cover I will be able to videotape those lecture videos. And in fact, this video I'm going to post in this area. Okay, so that is, I will be adding to the lecture videos as we go through the semester. And we'll talk about some of the limitations of the recordings when we see the classroom ourselves on Monday. So back to our course information sheet. I have some information about my beliefs as how we should treat each other and how we want to work together in the classroom. I believe that we can be each other's assets. So we have a full group of 24 students, and I want that to be just a big community support system. I love it when students are able to help each other out, able to work together, contribute to the classroom atmosphere in a positive way. I believe that learning from each other and teaching each other only enhances everyone's learning. However, I want you to keep in mind that this is a learning process. It's a very American belief to think that when I communicate an idea as a teacher, you should instantly understand it. That is not how our brains work. Some topics will click. Other topics you will need to practice more with. So, if you ever find yourself struggling, getting frustrated with your homework, I want you to stop, because honestly, when you're working and you're frustrated, usually you it just doesn't work out. And I bet you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you get stuck on homework, feel free to send me an email, take a picture of the work you've done so far, come to an office hour. I would love at the end of next week for you to get some phone numbers so you can start a study group, so you can have some people to go to when you get stuck on homework. Um, Anticipate that there will be homework questions that are harder than other ones and that you need to put a little more deep thought into. So we need to make a plan so that you know what to do when you have a question on homework. Please put all technology away in the classroom, and I will remind you of that on our first day. I'm going to be going through some of these topics, our assignments. You can read these sections yourself. I want to highlight we do have a final exam during final exam week. So please do not plan on traveling during finals week. Our final exam will be scheduled and I will let you know what that date and time are, but please do not make any plans to travel during final exam week. You will want to take your final during final exam week when it is scheduled. I do offer exam retakes, and you can retake up to half of the exams that we take throughout the semester. I will explain this process further into the semester. We have 2 exam retakes scheduled, days scheduled in the semester, and I'll explain that process when we get there. All right. My late work policy, I want to highlight that I believe that we are all full people coming into this classroom with lots of stuff going on outside of class. For lab assignments, for homework assignments, if you ever need an extra day or two to complete an assignment, I will let you have that extra day or two, no questions asked, no penalty. That is to ensure that I would rather you take a little extra time and get it done and understand it rather than turn it in half done or do a poor job on it because you need to get it done earlier. I'd rather you understand the material and get it done a day or two late. If you are finding that you need extra time every single week, that's a discussion for us to have because you're not on track to be able to do well on the exams. So I would just like to have a conversation with students to make sure that they're keeping up with the material. Now, if typically if our homeworks are due on Wednesdays, so if you need those extra days, I give you until Monday to complete them homework with no questions asked and no penalty. If you turn it in later than that, I have a 10% penalty on all assignments that are turned in after that window. And I accept those for up to 2 weeks after the original deadline. I do not accept assignments after that 2 week window because I have found in the past when I accept assignments later than that, I get a huge snowball of assignments at the end of the semester and I can't do a quality job of grading them. So I have to have some self-preservations for my policies too. Okay, let's see, anything else? Laboratory safety, that's what I'm going to talk about in our other video. It's very important that every Wednesday you come to class prepared to do a science experiment. That means you are coming dressed, no open-toed shoes And if you are wearing a crop top, you need to cover your middle with a larger shirt, so like a flannel or a sweatshirt or something. I will go into more detail on the safety requirements when in my other video. If you are wearing sandals that day and you don't have a change of shoes, you will not be able to participate in the lab. So it's really important that you come prepared on Wednesdays. The other thing is that there's no food or drink allowed in lab class. I will have a table at the front of the room. If you have a water bottle or a piece of food or something, you can put it on that table, but you're not allowed to bring it into the classroom. I think that's all that I have to share with you in our course information sheet. So I'm going to stop that share right now. At this point, I would take questions in class, but I can't do that obviously right now, but I will do that in class on Monday. I want to actually, I do want to share. We will be using a schedule. Now I will be adjusting the schedule. I think where I will be able to keep exams about the same time. All right, so just so you know, um, all of our homeworks you see here, all of our homeworks are due on Wednesdays. I will go over the mechanics of how to do your homework next week, and we will actually, I would love to give you some time to just show you the mechanics of how to do the homework in maybe lab class. We'll all do like a couple homework problems to start so that you know how to get the homework going. The homework is in the book at the end of each section. This is the due dates for all the homework. And then, oh, I did not pull up my assignment. Oh, my little puppy, he's just struggling right now. Okay, let me grab my handout with the homework assignments. And then I will share that. Let me stop my share. And I'm pulling up the homework. Great. Oh, hang on. My apologies. Here we go. So this is a handout I will be giving you on Monday. This is the problems that you will be assigned for homework. So we have 13 modules in this class. Each module has a homework and an exam. So when you take exams, you will take 3 modules at the same time. All right, and you will get 3 individual scores for those exams. I found this is really great because this gives you an idea, a more individualized idea of how you're progressing in the class, right? I have found that students that got maybe a C on exam 1, actually, they did really well in 2 modules and they didn't do so well in 1 module. So then they can retake that module they didn't do very well and bring all of their exams up to an A or B. And man, what an ego boost that is, right? And I have students that do that. This is going to be my second time offering retakes on exams, and I'm very excited to give you that opportunity. So every module has assigned problems. Your first problems are coming out of section 1.2 in the book, and the problems are 1.7 and 1.9. They're at the end of that section. You do the problems. You do not need to write the questions. You just need to write the answers. And then you check the answers at the end of that chapter. If your answers are correct, keep on going. If they're not correct, that's when you start to look at the notes, contact me, come to an office hour so that you can make sure that you understand how to arrive at the answer, and you can eventually do it on your own when you come to the exam. So that's how homework works. You write the answers to the questions on a normal sheet of notebook paper, staple all those notebook papers together, hand it in class. No Brightspace involved with the homework, old school. So you're gonna wanna get notebook paper for homework, all right? I think that's it for the homework. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? No, I don't think so. So I'm really excited to meet you all. We have a fall class this semester, which is you know what? It brings the energy, and I love energy. I'm a high energy person, so I'm looking forward to a good semester with you. I think that's all I want to say. Please bring your questions about this video on Monday. We'll take an opportunity to get to know each other a little bit. Got to take roster, and I mean take attendance, and then I'll take your questions about this video. I hope you enjoy this day off and I hope you're able to stay nice and warm. And I will see you in class on Monday. What is the date on that? So it's Monday, the 27th. We meet for our first class um, at 11 a.m. If you want to, I do have an office hour before class on 10 a.m. in my office, which is 628A. If you have any questions, you can feel free to come on in during that time too. All right. I look forward to meeting you and working with you this semester.